So it was really cool. Did anybody from? I know that the road crew was there, bowling or something like that. Did anybody from the band show up by any chance?
Well, there was a rumor they're supposed to stop by because they have 3 clubs in the same building, as you probably know. And then Fillmore was a meeting with Kirk.
Oh,
so guitar thing, something over there. And I was too busy. Nobody, told me that, oh yeah, they're here or something. No, I was like just slammed with the sound check. So maybe somebody just took a pic, like, what's going on here? And left. But, nothing like.
Because I heard the rumor you're speaking of.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that.
That's all I know.
Once again, I don't see comments. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, something happened to our YouTube feed. It died. So I just kicked it back off again. So we are now broadcasting on YouTube again.
Oh, that's not fair to the people on YouTube.
I apologize.
All 3 of them.
Sorry about that.
and the 2 guys that are on here.
Right.
Or gals. I don't know. They could be something else. I don't know. So let's see. I need display. I'm not getting my my comments once again.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, no.
That's why it's amateur hour.
It's technology.
Yeah.
Well, it's still going.
Awesome.
I got a comments.
How's comes I don't?
It says it doesn't work. Somebody texted me. It's not working. What's wrong?
Settings and privacy. See, I don't know. Any other time I can't turn shit off.
Yeah. Any other time, it's just constant.
Right. It's like, what is that? What is going on here? Well, anyway, so Vadim had an exciting weekend of Metallica type stuff, and I have to say that Old School reaped the benefit of the Metallica show not being on Saturday because we had a packed house at Screwballs. That was a pretty wild show.
It was good.
Cool.
People stayed, all the way to the end, and
yeah,
it seemed like there was a second wave that came in.
That's the way it is in
at
all the
the
bars.
third set.
All the bars around here have this new.
I guess
thing.
all of the restaurant workers come in after their shift, and
it's really cool that goes on. But it's a whole different vibe. I had the benefit of my boss surprised me and showed up with his wife and one of his sons. So that was cool to see them there. I just figured out the comments. Hit the comment button.
yeah,
Patricia Phillips is in the house.
Yep.
hello.
She used to be a regular at Old School shows when we used to play Delco, which is appropriate because Jim just played a Delco thing.
Yep.
Yeah. For everybody on YouTube, maybe you got 30-second path. I don't know.
I mean, I want to talk about what happened on my weekend, but I think first we'll let Vadim and then Jim had a horrendous weekend. Apparently, things didn't go so well. So everybody wants to know about Jim's misery.
Oh, that's not so.
It was one of these. Yep, and
Well, I have actually 2 things because we could talk about the prom.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
then that'll be the good thing. We'll talk about that second. I'll tell you about the shit stuff. But we have to do beer first. But let's go on and go.
Ooh.
We'll do this systematically. So,
okay.
Okay.
So what do you want to do now?
I don't know if Vadim had more to share.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, Vadim is a sound engineer in the Philly area, and he works primarily at Sweeney's.
Yep.
A very popular room. Old School is finally back there after almost a 2-year absence for whatever reason I can't explain or understand. We were a regular band there, but we're back. We're back. That's all that matters. So we just had a show there recently. It was a very good show, and we have a couple more coming up. And I couldn't be happier. It's one of my favorite rooms to play, mostly because they have guys like Vadim there who do sound. It's nice to walk in a room where I don't have to bring the PA and lights. It just makes my life a little bit easier. Franklin agrees with me. He's chatting it up. Ariana is in the room. And I really do enjoy that. But we have some other new rooms coming up. Like next week, we're going to be at Stray Dog Tavern, and that is a Rotation Records sound and light room. But it's not a room. It's an outdoor event. So hopefully the weather holds out. That would be great. But I'm excited. I'm real excited about that. I know a lot of bands have played there, and I've read and seen some very nice things. So that's cool. Gotta get a muzzle for that cat.
He didn't get any mommy time. I'm telling you, that's the
I didn't
problem.
get any mommy time either.
I know you didn't get any mommy time.
Not even on the
I got
weekend.
lots of mommy time.
Yeah, you got
I got
lots.
45 minutes of mommy time.
That's not the right mommy, though.
That's not the mommy that
And
I
that's
want
not the
to have
kind of
time
mommy we
with.
want to deal with.
Sorry.
Thing of it is that this television's not working right now. I don't know how I pay for
No,
this furniture, but
that's
we're gonna
all.
get it all
Right.
figured out.
I'm
one of
pulling these out
days.
now because Nancy, I
Yeah.
think she needs one of these.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're getting one anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
So
I
please
appreciate
take one
it.
down and pass it around.
All right. All right, let's.
So I went with it to our lovely Canadian neighbors
Hey,
Eight?
with Moosehead this
did
time.
you pay a tariff on
Oh.
this?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll tell you something, man. When you play beer league hockey, you bring Moosehead or Molson or anything better than like Budweiser, and they'll think you're God because that's the whole point of a beer league.
This was the beer of choice when I was when I first moved out of my house. I had a friend named Jim, and Jim was really into Moosehead. That was just a thing, man. When he would walk in, one of the bars we used to play at. I mean, the band played there like once a month. As soon as he walked in, the guy had a Moosehead sitting on the bar for him. He knew it was Jim. Jim was here, not you, Jim, the other Jim. But it was.
I ordered this once up in Quakertown, and the guy's like,
glass, Nance.
the guy was horrified. Like,
It's very crisp. I like
You don't
that.
want to use a glass?
I'm good.
Oh, you classless bitch.
I know I am.
God,
I'm
listen
just
to
sucking
this.
on the bottle.
Just a bar class lady.
It's very crisp. It's very clean
So
tasting.
you've never had Moosehead?
I've never had that.
It's
No.
interesting. We were having some Stellas before, and the Moosehead, it's a different flavor, but it's just as refreshing.
Doesn't taste like moose. Doesn't smell like moose.
Feels no, it better not smell like moose. Unless Jim did something with it before. He was
Oh
here.
no!
no-
Don't put that on him.
no mooses were molested in the procurement of this beer.
Right. Or in the opening of it.
We're animal friendly.
Yep. It didn't get anything spilled on it in the fridge this time, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, that was that one time.
Yeah,
I
I
forgot
think
about
somebody
that.
put like a cake in there or something.
I like it, Jim. Thanks for bringing this.
You're welcome. What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'll tell you, for a summer beer, I'm gonna go 8.5.
Whoa.
Would you call this a summer beer? I guess you could.
I would
it's
definitely
a year-round beer in my world.
Call it because how crisp it is and how refreshing it is.
I forgot
so
how much I liked
when
it.
you're outside mowing and doing yard work and stuff, I would grab one of these.
Maybe 3, and then you
Yeah,
could like weed whack
maybe-
my toes.
Right. Well.
okay.
Okay. That's kind of
It
strange.
trims the hair off the top of them.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Not with our current whacker, because it would take
There
all
will be
your
no
toes
whacking
off.
of toes.
Yeah, that thing's stellar. I'm gonna go with a 9.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
Wow.
you. I mean, it is. You know what? It is. There's nothing bad about it.
It's not like it's a strong
I
flavor
can't give it a
profile.
10.
It's
It's
just-
not a Murphy's.
It's easy.
Sorry.
It's something you
It's
can
like
drink.
my
yeah.
first girlfriend.
There you go.
It's easy.
Vadim, what do you think?
None of your girlfriends were easy.
It's hard to say.
Easy
Well-
getting along with.
That's the key.
It's not an American beer, but still.
Sorry.
So yesterday I was in Princeton. I was walking on the Princeton University, and we visit some local pubs. And I've been drinking like 6 different kinds of beers, and all of them was German.
And you were still walking after
No,
all of that.
no, that was cool actually. Beautiful taste.
I've never been to Princeton.
Beautiful place.
I know that
We've looked at vehicles. Our
we
Mini
did. Yeah,
Coopers.
we did.
Yeah.
That's the closest place to
Bought
get
a
them worked on.
car not far from there, didn't we? Didn't we buy a car?
We didn't buy a car. We drove a Toyota Accord.
Honda.
Or Honda Accord that we were like,
It was a Honda Accord 2-door V6,
And then we headed to the Mini Cooper dealership.
which was in Mount Holly,
Right.
Holman.
Yeah.
Hello, Tom from Tom's World. What's
Oh
up?
my God, Tom!
Tom, what? Tom has joined?
How are you, Tom?
Tom has
How
joined the
is
chat.
Tom?
He is from the world famous, as Jim said.
This is
is
Tom's
Tom's
World. What's the video, Tom?
Is there a new video out this week? We saw you at a
Oh my
chat
God,
last
there's so
night.
much pressure every time he comes on here. You guys
We
just yell
attack
at him.
him.
We watch him.
Where's
We-
my
we
dude?
do.
Give me my video.
Listen, we look forward to Tom's videos. So when they're not there,
It's a little
I
depressing.
don't know.
We sit in bed, big bucket of KY, no video. We just go to sleep.
Wow. Not with the
Trying to
moose head
put this all
bottle.
together in my head.
Hey, I did nothing about the Moosehead bottle. Jesus Christ.
I know. This is a family show.
Yeah, the
Or it
Manson
was.
family.
It was.
Oh, my God.
How come he doesn't call in?
I don't know.
How
Ask him.
come he don't call in on a radio
I don't
show?
know. And sometimes he drags people in with him. And
Tell him you should call in. All you have to do is do a Facebook Messenger call to
I think
Jim.
he knows how to do it. He has his own podcast.
He's a professional podcast.
Yeah. So, all right. So, who's going? Who's talking about the weekend?
Who wants to go first? You want to go?
So the beer.
Okay, yeah, keep going with the beer.
So it tastes a little different than the German stuff.
Oh, vastly. Yeah.
Yeah. This one more like refreshing. I don't agree on a summer beer or something because it's not heavy taste.
No, it's
really
light.
It's really light.
Crisp.
It's bubbly, yeah, and yeah, it goes so easy. I'm not a huge fan of light beer.
It's not a light beer. This is a regular beer.
No, like light and a taste.
Beer, beer you can see through.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that color.
So you guys aren't going to give the ratings that Nance and I gave by any chance.
No, that's really good, but
What are you giving it?
1 to 10, I'll give like 6.
Okay.
Okay.
6.5.
That's
That's
an
fair.
honest, fair
Yep.
assessment.
Jim, what did you give?
I
it?
gave it a 6 as well.
Okay.
It's
You
just
guys
where I
are
am.
just
It's just where I am. in
heavy.
life. Sorry.
You like the heavy taste with the
No, not
bitter
always. No, it just-
aftertaste, or
it's,
just
It doesn't have a lot of character. I mean, it's good.
I agree
it's
with
refreshing.
you. Well, the garage is very similar in that
Yeah,
regard,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
like,
lately, I've been looking for beers that are not intrusive. I've been trying to
so you
simplify
don't
my life.
want IPAs anymore. You're
I
not
really
into
have a
the
hard time
heavy.
drinking the IPAs
Yeah,
anymore.
it's too heavy.
And
Yeah.
It's too.
I like the brown ales. I love Murphy's. You know,
Murphy's is my favorite.
you know, but I can't
Yeah.
drink like them every day either. I get sick of them.
Yeah.
So it's
That's the one.
You like Labatt's?
Labatt Blue. I used to live in upstate New York, in Rochester. They have a lot of Labatt's.
It's
that
good
was like
stuff.
one of my favorites. It tastes similar, but less flavor-ish. So the flavor is not as strong as Labatt.
the Labatt has
little less on
Labatt's
the flavor.
always, and I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but they always reminded me of Rolling Rock. Is that a fair assessment, Jim? Are they in the
I always
same-
thought Rolling Rock tasted like piss, but
Oh.
well, now I feel bad for bringing it up.
but no, I mean I
But
I
is
do like
Rolling-
Labatt's Blue.
Yeah.
I like it even better if you get it in Canada because it's a little different. It's a little better.
Everything's different in Canada.
No, anything you get in its home
Like
country
maple
outside of the
syrup?
United States is good. it's like if you have Red Stripe here, it's shit. I mean, absolute abject shit. But if you go to Jamaica,
we had
8
Red-
o'clock in the morning,
We
that's some
did
good
Red
stuff.
Stripe one time on the show. Didn't
oh
we?
no, I would never buy that
I
here.
thought you.
No, we saw it in the store the other day, and I said, "Oh, they have Red Stripe here. We should get some." And then
I
we
said,
were like, "No."
"Nah," 'cause
Jim would
said
vomit
that.
on the equipment.
But I had a lot of Red Stripe when I was in Jamaica because that was the only beer they had.
You want Red Stripe or do you want Budweiser or should I have a yak piss in your mouth?
I wanted
I'll have a Red
no
Stripe, please.
beer at all in Jamaica. I was all about like the mixed drinks and stuff. So good.
I think I had mixed drinks. I know we bought
Yeah, to have
pot
rum
from some
punch.
guy in the parking lot, which the staff was like, "Don't do that," and we did it. And so we offered the guy like $30, and we got a bag like this big. And we had like 3 days to go, and I'm like, "There's no way
Way
in
worse than
hell,
this.
even if it was the worst pot in the world, I'd be able to smoke that much."
It's never real.
It was 100%.
Really?
I took 3 hits, and that was the end of it for me. I was like, I am never smoking this again. I was so stoned.
We were there on our
This
honeymoon.
is all fictional. This is all made up.
Well, that's another
This is not
country. It's
real
fine.
Conversation.
We were on our honeymoon there. We're sitting at the bar. It's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning. And there's a guy and his son, despicable people. And they've got like a big, like up in smoke joint, you know, like made of dog shit, like real big monster thing.
Right.
And they're just
Cheech and Chong.
and they're going at it for a while. And like, we're just sitting there talking to the bartenders.
This was right in the restaurant.
right. Oh yeah, they don't care. And
I didn't know that.
yeah. And then
We were hiding
at
it.
one point, Bree just looks over and
Just
she's
don't put it
like,
on the plane.
oh my God, they got burned. Like, what do you mean? She goes, that's not pot. I'm like, how do you know that's Superfly? She's like, they've been smoking that gigantic joint for the last 2 hours and they're not falling out of their seats. Bullshit. That's not real.
They were smoking banana peels.
Oh, they were horrible. Well, that was the place where, like, I'm sitting on the beach. I just got married. My wife's over here. And I hear somebody flop down next to me. And it's a 15-year-old German girl with no top on and a string bikini bottom. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Help me, help me, help me.
That was me. 21. I was carefree. Went to the nude beach, and then we ended up in the hot tub in the middle of the hotel, and then decided, oh, is this nude too? And oh no, we were just drunk.
is the lobby nude?
You're supposed to keep your clothes on in there.
Did
Nobody
they complain?
cared.
Yeah.
Nobody cared.
Nobody
we were
complained.
young, and we were hot.
You
had
were
hot
young.
Bodies.
Your husband wasn't young.
Well, that's true. But yeah,
Sir, can you
it was all
you
good.
dropped
Nobody
your
was
truss
throw-
in the hot
no
tub?
one was throwing me out of any pools.
I want pictures.
Actually, I have some. I just don't know where they are. I'll have
We
to
need
get
to
those
find
back
those
from the
before
ex.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember,
Was
and I think I
probably
mentioned this
using 'em.
before. We were like, Bree
Yeah.
was out in the
Not.
ocean, and I'm trying to take a picture of her coming into the beach, and I'm trying to take the picture, and here comes the mostly naked 15-year-old girl, and I'm like, and she's a little like
And your
she's-
hands are-
they're not on the same plane, right? So I'm like, oh, you asshole, you better get this focus just right, because she picked us up at the camera shop.
Amen.
Oh, that's right. Remember those days you had to drop your film off. And
But if I
wait
came back
for
and
a
she's like,
few
why
days.
am I blurry? And she's in perfect focus.
I'll tell you what. I was.
You'd still be in the doghouse
No,
right now.
I'm not going to tell the story.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't
Yeah,
if
right.
it's about something
yeah,
that's
it's
not.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
know I was being photographed.
Eh,
Okay.
I tell the judge all the time. It doesn't work.
Oh my gosh. All right. So what else happened this weekend? Jim, it's your turn. Let's go. What happened?
Where's my music?
So Thursday night, Thursday morning, I get a call. Unknown number, and I answered it. I'm like, hello, and it's like Boost Mobile, who is my phone carrier. Somebody's trying to make changes on your account. Did you authorize that? I'm like, no. What are they trying to do? Trying to add 2 lines. Yeah, that's not me. And I look in and I'm like, I don't see anything happening. So I'm like, yeah, I don't authorize that. Please shut it down. Okay, we'll launch an investigation. We'll figure out what happened. I'm like, okay, is there anything else I need to know? No, everything's fine. I'm okay. 6 o'clock that night, Bree comes up to me. She goes, my phone doesn't work.
Oh, they shut the whole account down.
I'm like, my phone's not working. Caitlin, your phone working? Yeah. Somebody got into my account and took our phone numbers. And
What?
Boost let them do it.
How is that?
Don't know how they got in. Well, I found out later what they did. And I found out there were I could take the whole show to get through this whole thing. But basically, Boost Network is owned by Dish now. Dish Network. So these people, I got a hit also on my credit monitoring people. And they're like, hey, somebody entered some, your answered security questions on one of your accounts. I'm like, there are no security questions on my Boost Mobile account. That's not a thing.
There are now.
No, they went in through Dish Network sometime and backed into it some. I don't know. No, they did nothing.
They're
so,
good.
So they got my phones now, right? So they also have my MSN account.
Oh my.
So what do they do with the phone number and the account? They reset it. So now they've got my MSN account, all my emails. And some of the stuff in there is linked to Caitlin's account, so they get her account.
Oh boy.
And this just
Holy
as this is
moly.
going on, I'm like trying to fight it without a phone.
You should have came over.
So
We were
well,
home.
I had my work phone, so I'm using that and I'm trying to shut everything down. So I finally get over to we Boost is like, well, we can send you new SIM cards, and I'm like, well, how long will that take? Well, 5 to 7 days. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? So just for legal reasons, I'm not going to say Boost Mobile anymore. I'm going to say fucking worthless piece of shit scumbag Boost Mobile.
Oh,
Sends us, they say, go to the store in the morning and you can buy them. I'm like, how much are they? Like, I don't know, $10. I'm like, fine, whatever. I don't fucking care. I need my phones back. So I go, and we go to the store. It's open at 9 o'clock. Well, nobody's fucking there. They never open up. So we drive around Norristown to the other one at 10 o'clock. We wait till 10 o'clock. We go to that one. And the girl's in there, and she's like, well, let me see. And she's like, well, your phone's not on the Boost network. I'm like, I'm sorry? She's like, it's on the Dish network. This is before I found out it's the same fucking network. She didn't know either. So I couldn't get our phones. So I'm like, fuck this. Let's just go over to Verizon right fucking now and just go back to Verizon.
But your phone numbers and all your...
Exactly. So I needed the phone numbers back. So I go over to Verizon, and it took a couple hours, but they got everything set up. Meanwhile, Caitlin's texting me while we're waiting for the phone, the port to happen. She's texting me from work. I'm getting messages, my email account's been reset.
My God.
So they get into that, which enables them to get into her PayPal account.
Oh, no.
And they make like over $2,000 worth of purchases.
Dude.
I finally get my phone, go home, and call the one company where it's like thousands of dollars worth of shit. And I'm like, this is fraudulent. You need to cancel it. It's not. It's my daughter's. Do it. And the guy's like, they're on the dock right now. I'll do it right now. I'll send you an email. And the guy ran out to the dock and grabbed the shit and canceled it. So most of it was gone. So she came home. I got her account back. I got my accounts back.
Good for you.
None of that is tied to like your
Nope.
banking
Nothing is
accounts.
tagged. No, she didn't have a credit card, and she put her ATM on it. And I told her not to do that, but she didn't have a choice. And I was like, get that. We canceled her ATM, got her a new one, new card. I said, she already has a credit card. I'm like, put that on. That's better. So she's got that locked down. I got all my accounts back. And I'm like lying there in the middle of the night. I'm like, I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something. And I don't remember, honestly, if it was Friday night before. I don't know. I was up all night, and I ran into my office, and I looked on Amazon. Motherfuckers were on my Amazon account putting phones in my shopping cart.
Oh my God.
So I threw all that out. I got a screenshot of the address they also added. I changed everything, kicked them out. Nothing happened there.
Did you call the FBI?
I filed a report to the FBI, which
Yep.
is cumbersome and annoying, and I don't think it'll do anything. But this morning called the Upper Marion. I called the state police. They said call Upper Marion. That's why I don't know if you guys were here today. The Upper Marion cops were at my house at like 9 o'clock this morning. So I
wouldn't
had
have seen
all the shit printed out, all the addresses that are in Ohio that were all over everything, and I said get them. The bank stopped payment on all Caitlin's stuff, so hopefully that's good. Everything of ours got locked down. The only thing was they tried to apply for credit as me with like my email and phone number, which isn't enough. So, but that was like a hard hit on my credit. So I lost 5 points.
You know, our accounts are linked at some point.
No, I don't think you're linked on anything of mine.
Because
Not through Hotmail.
when I click on this, I can pick your account sometimes. I forget.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Whatever we used to do that other,
P-word podcast on?
yeah.
Oh, that's fine. There's nothing tied to that. That's an account strictly for
Okay.
this. Yeah, nothing. I wouldn't put anything on here or share any of that shit with anybody.
How
Hey, Jim.
horrible. You need to have a shot instead of a beer.
I didn't even want to drink. I was so sick all week. Even talking about it, I'm feeling
Well,
nauseous.
you were
Yeah,
trying to
that-
stay on top of it.
But I mean, it
Holy
was
moly.
like 24 hours of every like 15 minutes
So
running
he's
back to the
had-
computer and like,
He's had identity theft where people have bought stuff and had it shipped to the house, which is how we found out that they shipped stuff to our house and opened accounts and did all this stuff. But so he went to all the credit bureau agencies and there's a block. So only they have to speak to him first. They have like a whole secret code like mistletoe or something.
I have to do that too.
have to
Yeah,
say
you can put a
before
code in. They won't let anything.
They
hit
won't
it.
let anything happen.
You can't do anything. Now, it's funny, though, because we were at the bank on Friday. Nobody called me yet.
No, that was
Separate but
already
different.
done. Yeah, I don't know. That's so strange that they just did a soft hit anyway.
But-
So
and that's the other thing.
there
now.
was no need for a hard pull.
Every time I get email, like I'm terrified now. Like is
I
something-
guess so.
Like I got a thing yesterday. I'm sitting outside with Caitlin, and it's like your Aetna, your statement is available. I'm like, did you go to the doctor recently? Did we go to the doctor? Who went to the doctor? What the fuck? And it was from a blood draw a month ago. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm so
Right.
paranoid
No,
now.
you're paranoid.
But yeah, I mean, I think we're as under control as we. I mean, everything. They didn't do anything to. Caitlin may lose some money, not the big amount that she was gonna. But Fuck you, Boost Mobile. And if anybody has Boost Mobile, all 5 of you out there listening to me, I even texted Jen because she had Boost. I'm like, do you still have it? Like, don't fucking use it because there is some weird. And then, like, when I had to call Boost 6-7 times, they steadily got more pissed at me. They never opened up any kind of investigation because every time I talk to a new person, yeah, we saw there's a note here that they're going to open an investigation, but nothing's been done. Yeah, I fucking got that. Thanks. So piece of shit, fucking worthless Boost Mobile. Sorry, just for legal reasons. They
He's saying Foost.
Yeah, sure. When I finally said to the guy, like, you can't even cancel your account, by the way. You can have no lines, no account, nothing. The site's still there. You can't get rid of the account, nor can you take the last form of payment off. So it was on Bree's Amex card, which she canceled immediately. So now we have a canceled card just sitting out there on an account that anybody could fucking hack, apparently. But so that's not a problem. But they also tried to they got into an old PayPal account Bree had, and she's like, I don't have that account anymore. I'm like, call them and shut that shit down. That will still go. I could still conceivably go against your credit. So nothing happened there. So they shut that down. I mean, just
despicable.
Just 72 hours of just constantly, what am I missing now? Let me check this. Let me check. And even now, like every morning.
I did go through a similar situation a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
I got hacked, and it's not fun.
It's impossible to get your Microsoft account back without your phone. That was the brilliance of it.
That's tough. Yep.
They got my phone number, and so every time I tried to reset it, it wouldn't do it. And then I started to say, okay, we'll reset it to this email account. No, there have been too many attempts today. Try tomorrow. Fuck you, Bill Gates, you son of a bitch. Sorry girls didn't like you when you were younger. Don't take it out on me, you cocksucker. So yeah, so I couldn't get that back until like more than 24 hours later.
Oh my God, this is horrible.
I mean, and it's like we were at the Verizon store, and I mean, like, we were there for fucking hours, and like we hadn't slept, and we're just like leaning on the table like on Friday, and I was supposed to be at work, and I had to tell my boss I have to deal with this.
You're in financial crisis.
Yeah, and he was cool with it. He was like totally cool. So thank you, Bill. I love you. But yeah, man, it just went on and on and on and on. But
that's a shame.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry that happened to you. That's terrible.
It sucked. We had everything pretty much under control by like Saturday afternoon. Like I went into everything I possibly could. Like even this morning, I thought of other things. I'm like, check your Walmart, check that.
Well, they tell you about the QR codes. Like,
oh, I never scan a fucking QR code.
Do not scan a QR code. You just don't even know what it links to.
Yep.
Like, just don't use those.
I told Bree, I'm like, never click on anything, especially on your phone, because you can't see it.
Well, my mom just trashed her phone for the second time because she had updated her phone. Then she's Googling what she thinks she's doing Google, and she sees all these ads that popped up. So she doesn't know enough about technology to know to just like click off the little X on the corner and just knock them off that way.
That little X, which is really a pixel.
Right.
Which you better hit
she
just right.
actually ended up hitting one of the ads, scrolling all the way down the ad. And then the next thing you know, she got caught up in you have a virus, you should scan for viruses.
On her phone.
And just hitting the scan virus. And then the next thing you know, it took over her phone.
I had to do a factory reset on the phone.
It took over her phone.
And then
it was
shut
just
the
in
account down. So
we had to shut the account. We just canceled the phone. We canceled the phone.
They could go in and reset it and set the SIM back up, or you can get another SIM. But that's the thing. It's like, I'm glad at least that we're old enough to not know to do that. We know not to do that.
Well, wait till we're 80.
I know. That's what's fucking scaring me. This happened. I'm like, I was at the end of my rope, and I'm like ready to have a heart attack. I'm like, I don't want to be doing. I just want to go sit.
When it's a chip in the side of your temple.
Yeah, I mean, it's so.
I just thought about charging something, and I charged $1,700.
And I was telling Bree, it's like, who is going to be the gatekeeper of all this security? The government?
Nope.
No, because they could get some.
They're deregulating everything right now.
They could go and get some racist apartheid pig fucker was never picked by anybody to come in and just say, I'm going to take all that information and just hang on to it. Don't prosecute me, or I might sell it to Abu Dhabi. fucking people. So
No, you're
that's not political.
wrong.
I'm angry. Fuck everybody. So
Right. You have a right to be. You can carry
fucking
this
white South Africans.
for
Fuck
another,
you.
for another week.
Fuck the black South Africans. Fuck all you people.
I mean,
Winnie
you're,
Mandela and that goddamn necklace. And what's wrong with you fuckers? Goddamn people.
You do have a right to be angry, for sure.
So I was
that
really,
was a
really, really
horrible few hours. Like, horrible for that to happen.
Yeah, it wasn't a few hours. It was like 3 days.
Yeah, well, 3 days.
And it was just constantly like, fuck, I just thought of something else. Or something would pop up on, the new phone. And I'm like, and then I always had Moto phones. When I was, I don't know. I was going to say when I was young, but that
was
I was
forever
never
ago.
young. Back in like 2010, I worked for a Nokia company, and we did testing of apps we made. They were location-based advertising apps, and I used to test all these different phones. So we had Java phones, Nokia phones, smartphones from like Apple and I really like Motorola phones.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
They were good.
It
when I
was
say
the first
that,
one I had.
my daughter
the
looks at me
wireless.
like, "Oh my God, how are you not a virgin?" So, but like I really like them. They're very customizable. I'm comfortable with them. Now I have a Samsung. Bree always has Samsungs. So she's like, "Oh, you have a Samsung?" I'm like, "Don't fuck with me right now, woman. I'm not in the mood." So I got this, and the nice thing was all our phones were free. Like we traded our phones in; they were free. Bree or Caitlin, my daughter, she had an iPhone 13. Now she has a 16, free. So I'm like, all right, there's a little bit of glimmer of hope here, but I have to get used to this fucking thing. But it's a nicer phone and all, whatever.
Silver lining.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the positive side so I don't go to prison for like mass murder. Because, God, like I said, I didn't even want to drink. Like at one point, my daughter comes up to me. She goes, "Dad, do you want me to make you a drink?" I'm like, no, I don't have time for that.
I could make two.
My stomach.
I need to keep my brain firing in all cylinders.
It wasn't even that. My stomach was so upset. It was like when I was working for my dad.
Oh no.
That
Yeah.
hopeless, like, well, I could just kill myself and let somebody else deal with it. Kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I want to die. It just doesn't end. But I
I've
think
never
we're cool.
never felt that way.
There was a
That's
time when I
shame.
worked for fucking cum-sucking Next Gen Healthcare.
Oh my.
When I worked for them, I actually was sitting around one day like, how can I kill myself and still get the insurance for the wife and kid? It was that bad.
Oh.
I hated that place so much. The next worst place, maybe worse. No, worst place not was working for my dad. Because I came home every night and drank like half a bottle of rum just to sleep. And then they would text me all night and wake me up anyway. So that was most of it. Then the good
But
news.
wait, there's more.
There's more. So we went to the prom over at the 23 East, the Yardmore Music Hall.
Explain for our listeners.
So there was at the old 23 East Cabaret, which it will always be in to me, the Ardmore Music Hall, obviously in Ardmore. If you're again you're from Abu Dhabi trying to hack into our shit, that's where it is. So they
already know that.
Near the McDonald's.
they had an 80s prom night. So I was like, hey, we never went to the prom. Would you go to the prom with me? So Bree and I went to the prom. So we got there and it was kind of cool. Like we walked in and we were like, what do we wear? I mean, she's like, I'm not going to get a gown. I'm like, well, I'm not getting a tux. I'm just going to put like a sport coat on and wear my fucked up zipper jeans and just a pair of Vans and just go, whatever.
It's all right.
So we got there and people were dressed as fucking 80s characters. Like Marty McFly was there.
No way.
Elton John was there.
Oh, that's great.
There was a couple of Madonnas.
The Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Yeah, I mean, so what I did was I just rolled the sleeves up, and I was like, okay, yeah, here we go. I'm Lane Meyer from fucking Better Off Dead, So it was fine. But like people came in kind of in costume. Other people came in prom gowns and stuff.
Yeah.
But they did. It was like new wave '80s stuff. So it was this stuff like Bree really was into, and I was into because I went to a lot of dances in school and stuff. So it's like when I'm off with like my buddies. And we're in the car, and there are no chicks around, and we're just depressed and angry. We're listening to Slayer, driving around Valley Forge Park, dragging a big auger behind us and making sparks. Then we'd listen to metal. But when chicks were around, you had to listen to other stuff. So this was the stuff for the chicks. So we danced for 4 hours.
Oh, that's
Never
nice.
sat. We just got out on the dance floor. We were just, dancing. I went to Catholic school. I'm very white. It was basically this. But, she actually danced. But it was so funny. It was like there were like people that looked like they were 106, and then people who did, and there were younger people there. So I'm like, my God, Generation X is a fucking weird demographic.
But it was a big crowd.
It was packed. I mean, you've been in the
That's
23.
cool. Yeah.
I mean, it was
We saw
wall to wall people.
We saw my nephew there.
Yeah.
He was,
Oh, with School Rock stuff.
when he was in
Yeah.
School of Rock,
Yeah.
he did a thing there.
It was, and it was the
Now
first time I
he's-
was actually inside.
Now he's a teacher for them, but
Yeah.
You know, I never actually went to see a show there. This is the first time I was inside.
I feel like we saw a band there too.
I mean, probably. I mean, everybody but me did. I don't know. I remember driving through there when I was like maybe 17, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's a 23 East! I didn't know it was
So
here."
when 23 East was kicking, it's when the Chestnut Cabaret was kicking. I went to the Chestnut Cabaret one fucking time. You know, I was going to the Troc. That was the place I went to, and I was Northeast Philly centric. You know, I was going to the Empire and the Velvet, and they're the places I was hanging out.
You were
in.
going to the places I couldn't get people to go.
Well, it was a long way away.
Oh, yeah, and they were afraid of the city because you know you guys are scared.
Northeast
of the suburbanites.
Philly is not the city. Well, it wasn't the city then; it was the suburbs.
They don't know that. I took my friends to South Street. We walked past an alley and a homeless guy's like, and they're like, "Oh my God, did you see?" Shut up!
Yeah,
Don't
but
fucking
Northeast
react.
Philly and South Street are like as polar opposite as Norristown.
They're like the
and our
whitest
street.
suburbanites ever. It's like the family from fucking like 16 Candles. They're the
So
people I hung out with.
when I first started working out here, which is how I ended up here, I relocated from Philly to here, and everybody at work was like, "You go through Norristown?" And I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, it's bad there." And I'm like,
When
"You
anyone
want to talk?
says,
You want to talk about bad?" I
when
used to
anyone
drive.
says that about Norristown, say, "Oh, they have a great McDonald's." I guarantee you, they'll shit themselves.
I used to drive through the Badlands, and I went to Temple University. You know, that's where I
Yeah.
went through to get there. That's bad. You make a wrong left turn, and
You go through the wrong neighborhood, and
it's
you're
Fort Apache,
yeah.
the Bronx, and
Yeah.
it's over. You know, and if traffic was bad, we made those turns, and we did what we had to do, and it's all about an attitude. I mean, and it's a little bit of luck. I mean, you could end up getting jacked up.
I
or
got
something.
shot at in Norristown one time. Not me. It just the bullet ricocheted off the street. We just like, let's just go through the light. But you know, it happens. No big. I know people that were killed in Norristown, Bridgeport, Upper.
But
Maryland.
I was never phased by going through there.
Yeah, you don't worry about it. It's like getting hit by lightning.
It's just one of those things.
But you know, there's one story about the prom I got to tell you. So
Yeah.
so we're sitting there and we're not.
And
sitting
Nancy's
there,
going to miss it because of the
Well,
cat.
I can wait. I'll wait because she'll want to hear this because it's
See?
kind of funny. But it was a great night. The band that was playing is called Melt With You.
Perfect.
I'll put links up in a minute when I'm.
So they were
when I
playing-
get stopped shaking from my fucking.
So it wasn't
rage.
a DJ playing.
There was a DJ. There was a shit, and I can't remember who it was. Holy hell! Hang on a
So I
minute.
remember going to dances during that period, and like "Rock the Casbah" was one of the big songs. But you know, in where I went to school, we there was a lot of rap, you know, and stuff like that. They didn't call it rap then, right? It wasn't called. rap in the 80s.
I'm not sure.
House music. I don't know.
How it was house music. DJ Frankie Who.
I don't know. You tell me.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you're a Doctor Who fan. You know what's going on. But yeah, he was actually really good. He did a great job. Like I was in the bathroom and I heard this weird club mix of like Guns N' Roses, and I'm like, am I hearing this? Is that really happening? Like, it's like,
That's cool.
it was weird, but okay.
So he saved the story. For
I saved the story. So we're about like 3 hours in. Like I said, we're like out on the floor the whole time, and you know we're just sitting there, you know, standing there dancing, and I hear like. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's right behind me. And I'm like, what the hell is that? I turn around and I'm like, right in my face. And it's this little tiny girl, this chick, this woman, looks like the Zuni fetish doll from Trilogy of Terror. And she's making that noise.
At you or just
Just in general, she's just having a good old goddamn time. And I'm like, oh dear fucking God. And I'm just like, Bree, what? This shit's going on behind me, and I turn around and she's got these giant like teeth like that thing did. And she's got this like wild hair, and she's dressed like a fucking in the zebra skin or something, and she's just jumping around with this guy who is wickedly drunk.
Well, they had a good time.
They did, they really did, but it's like
See, I'm picturing from.
you just don't want to have this going on behind you.
Actually, that's cool for Halloween. You should keep that.
I may now, but that was creepy as shit.
Like, have one of your dolls set up and have
Because
her just.
It's like when
laughing.
honest to God, she was about this tall. She was only like maybe 4 feet tall, huge shock of like teased out curly hair, and she was really tiny. Like she was like that fucking doll from Trilogy of Terror, and she's laughing like a fucking crazed baby.
See, I'm picturing.
Oh, that's wrong.
What was the movie about the with the family and it was an Indian burial ground? What was that movie called? They built their house.
Pet Cemetery? Or?
No, he's talking about
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. I'm picturing the lady in that. Remember, she was really small.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that. But she was like really like she was like really skinny, like well proportioned, like a doll.
I can picture that doll.
She was like the size of an American girl
spear.
doll. And I just turned around and I heard that sound, and I'm like, oh my God.
She has a movie coming out.
it's
We
the
were
Zinni
watching the
Fetish
trailer
doll.
for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So,
There's a movie
Oh,
coming out about
boy.
a family that it's based on true story.
of course.
They adopt a child, but in reality, it's a 27-year-old woman.
Oh, yeah. We watched the documentary on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So,
Did you see the documentary before the movie?
We haven't seen either.
We haven't seen any of
But
it.
the woman who plays this character in the movie, this British woman, she's quite disturbing to look at.
Oh,
No offense to her.
It's worse. And watch the documentary because you'll watch it and you'll watch the first episode and be like, oh, that's terrible. And then you watch the next episode, you're like, wait, what the fuck, huh? And then you watch the next, like,
And then
Who
it's
the
like,
fuck do I
this
like
is
in
a
this?
Scam, right?
Got to be on Netflix, right?
yeah, but it's like everybody. There's nobody. Everybody's a fucking crazy son of a bitch. Like everybody's nuts, and you're like, at first you're like, oh, this poor girl. And then you're like, oh,
minute.
maybe not. And then you're like, oh, this poor girl. Oh, maybe not. Fuck, I can't be this invested in this. Like,
Yeah.
it's like that show Ozarks.
Ozark.
Or Ozark.
Ozark. Yeah.
I had to stop watching that.
Why?
Oh my
Because
God,
I was
it's
working for
so
my
good.
father and I had too much stress. And watching that guy go further and further down that fucking rabbit hole drove me insane. I was
Bateman.
seriously.
It all worked out in the end. You should know.
Jason Bateman.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It hurt
That
to
was
watch.
such a good show.
That's
I'm getting
why
a headache just
we
thinking
stopped
about it.
watching His Honor because I couldn't
Yeah.
take it. I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
kid, the guy's son, getting all.
Dude,
it was-
after this weekend, Caitlin and I were watching Lilo and Stitch, and I was getting burned out in the first part of that movie.
We watched the Despicable Me 4
last night. That
last
was
night.
great.
We were like, oh, it's depressing. We have to go back to work. Let's watch something fun. And
Yeah.
so we watched Despicable Me.
Wait, is Helter Skelter on? That's fun. Yeah.
It was fun.
I mean, I started my morning out yesterday watching the descent of Berlin into the German war machine.
Oh, so a comedy.
And I'm watching this, and they're
The
talking
gloom
about.
and doom. You can't.
They're
watch
literally, talking about what
Aachen Sie, like Mattel.
what Hitler and his boys did, and it was.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I've watched it a million times, but it was not a good morning.
I was actually jealous of you
Is
guys.
that why you took the hedge clippers out and then you went to town
Well,
on our bushes?
I was gonna do that anyway. You knew that I
Yeah.
was going out.
You guys were out working in the yard on Monday?
We had a good fight.
Well, I didn't hear the fight. I heard you guys out there working in the yard, and I was sitting on the back deck trying to read a book and calm down. And I heard you, and I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like fucking,
Those
the guy from The Shining, I'm like,
I went quiet.
well, no. I was like, normalcy, fuck you people. Why are you so happy? It's
We
like-
weren't happy.
We weren't.
It
We
didn't
were
matter.
fighting.
It was normal, though. It was like,
We were like tossing shit around in the shed.
I
was
didn't-
like, put that down.
I did not hear any crowbars banging off things.
If you
Not
listen
against my
carefully, you-
skull. No,
Yeah.
not
There
this
was-
time.
There was some stuff going on in the shed.
I was just, I heard you guys talking, and I was like, oh my God, it sounds so normal. I'm so fucking jealous.
Not normal. Not normal for us because
didn't even
usually
matter.
we try not to kill each other.
But I was up. I'd taken out the 14-foot. Is it a 14-foot ladder?
I guess.
It's not the size of the ladder. Just tell the story.
So I was up on the deck on top of the 14-foot,
It's
topping
14
the bush
to
over
him.
here.
It's really only 8.
7.
It's fucking terrible. I don't want to be up on that thing.
Oh, hold it for you.
Thank you for holding the ladder after I fell off of it before you were out there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I couldn't find it. Oh, well. Oh, there it is.
Oh, boy.
Too many things to choose from. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all right. I ended my day fine.
Yeah. No, we got a lot done, and we had a lot of great food this weekend.
Yeah, so we started Friday night.
Hey, Joby.
Nance and I worked from home.
Joby says hello.
Hello, Joby.
What's up?
And we didn't have any real plans, but we had to go to the bank to do this big thing for the house in Maryland.
Bank.
So we had to do some financial obligation, we'll call it. And after that, I was like, let's go get something to eat. So we went over and visited Frank, and she said I've had it before, but I don't remember. But I had steak tartare.
Oh, I make that at home. It's great.
Yeah.
Dude.
At Eddie V's, it is the best. Yeah.
It was such a great meal. So we did that, and we each got something, and we had drinks and hung out with Frank, and then he said, I'll give you a call when I'm done my shift. We were going to go over and see Mike. Mike was working over at Valley Forge doing sound for a band. He said it was bitterly cold outside, and they were literally just the band and the sound crew because it was just too cold.
Oh, wow.
And we got that sense, when we got home. So we were doing some decorating in the house. Nancy was moving some furniture and stuff because we're
Putting the Christmas tree up, realizing that it's not Christmas,
Right.
taking it down.
Right.
Mom's not here, so we had
Getting ready for Halloween.
So you were like naked the whole time.
Yes. So then Frank texted us and said he was heading over to Pepper's. So we went over to Pepper's, and I saw Crimson Circus with Nance, and we were hanging out there. And so that was a cool night. And then the next night, Nance's daughter came up, my stepdaughter, and we had the old school show. And I was kind of expecting, based on what I saw at Pepper's and the parking lot at Screwballs the night before, that it might not be the best night,
The best crowd.
ever. I was really worried. And I walked in, and it was like right after COVID, Post-it notes on every table.
I meant to ask you about that. Let me stop you really quickly. Were all those tables actually populated by the end
Oh,
of the night?
yes.
Oh.
It was crowded.
Because I was starting
slammed
to
in there.
question the fact that the last two shows I was at, not this one, two.
No,
before,
people do reserve and don't
they
show up.
They're big tables though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
this was a packed show,
It was. It was.
and
full.
it was great. We had such a good time. My boss showed up. Nance was hanging out with my boss and his wife and his kid, and
He's really not like this at work, is he?
they know exactly how I am.
No, they know. Yeah, and we've been out with them before, and they've come seen other shows. So
Once you
we've
drink
had
with
some
your
time
boss,
together.
Here's
it's all
the funny
over,
thing.
man.
So
No, he's really cool.
Paul's been out to like
Yeah.
5 or 6 shows over the years. But there was a guy there who was in a band when we did the MGK contest back in
The Holman Brothers
The 20th century.
in 2010 or something.
in 2012.
2012. So he's sitting there. Paul's there. Paul went to that show. Of all the shows, he was there. Like I forgot to tell Paul about that today. But it was just crazy. So we did a friend request thing on Sunday morning. Anyway, so we had a great show. Hung out at the bar till about 2:45. Never got my check. I walked
Yeah,
out with it.
you
I'm sitting at
forgot.
the bar waiting for the check, and I'm like, I gotta go.
I forget why I'm
The
here.
check,
Why I'm
the
here.
check
I
you need
forget
to
why I'm
pay,
here.
or the check to get your money?
Check
For the
to
band.
get his money for
Okay.
the band.
Yeah. So we had to go back the next day. So the next day we
Maria, I need my money. Who are you?
Right.
there was nobody by that name.
Isn't she like one of the daytime bartenders?
Oh, Maria. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. So anyway, we did this great show. Bob was singing. He did fucking great. It was just a great.
It was a great show.
a great show, man.
Yeah, when we came out of Ardmore Music Hall, I got a text from Pat. He's like, "You going on the Screwballs?" I'm like, "No, I'm
Yeah, he
at
told me
Ardmore."
Pat was there.
Yeah, Pat got up. He was singing backup vocals.
Stubbs
got up and played.
Stephanie,
Yep.
Crazy
Steph
Train.
got up.
Steph
Steph
got up.
Sky got up and sang.
Somebody else got up too. Some guy named Dave.
Was
got
it
up.
Daryl? Was it?
Some drummer. No, we know
Daryl's at the
Daryl.
casino.
Um,
There were all these people there. It was just cool, man.
Nice.
That's what I love about, like, sometimes at Screwballs you get like the All Stars thing going on, the All Stars from the local stars.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then the next day, Nance and I decided we were going to make our own dinner. So we stopped at the supermarket and they had some steaks and we bought this. I bought this shake on marinade thing and
We made such a good dinner.
oh my God.
Yeah, we did. We were like, this is the best steak we've had out in a long time.
Long time.
And yeah, no, it was
Bought
terrific.
a shallot, sliced up a shallot,
Some baby bella mushrooms.
some baby bellas, and then some asparagus, and
oh, it was so good.
so good it was even good for breakfast the next day.
Yeah.
My cousins from Florida taught me how to do an eye round on a hibachi or a grill.
I used to have a hibachi.
You just and I did this the other day, and this was the best one I've ever made because I did it a little differently. I took the meat out and I let it sit out at room temperature for about 30 minutes.
They said that's what you should do.
More.
Yeah.
The more
Well,
butter.
then
Yeah.
I let it sit for 30, and then I put a bunch of coarse grain kosher salt in a bag with it.
Can't go
Mm-hmm.
wrong
Covered
there.
it and just left it sit for another 45 minutes like that.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Just throw that on the grill. 15 minutes on the four sides. Perfect. Just fucking
Now,
perfect.
see, I only
So
do
simple.
7 minutes on one side and like 4 on the other because we like ours just like take
Medium
the boo
rare.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Brie and Caitlin
It
are
doesn't
like,
scream when you cut into it, but
Yeah.
yet it's still.
I
yeah.
would eat it raw, but they don't. They
Yeah.
don't like that. Like
Well,
that's why I
apparently
love steak
will-
tartare.
I had no idea I would like it like that. I mean,
Yeah,
I was
he was so in love
could
with the
not
steak
stop
tartare.
thinking about it all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you eat tartare and you
When-
like
when
it. I
does
mean, you're
food take
basically
over
eating
your life
raw
when you're
beef.
old?
Well, you are. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So
Yep.
so that was great, and I don't remember what we did for the rest of the night. We watched TV or something. Or,
Yeah, we just
burped a
watched
lot of
shows.
raw beef burps.
yeah.
It was good.
And then the next day we went. My buddy Frank, he had a little get together at his house. We went over there and had a hamburger in a style I've never had before. So you know Ed from Peppers, the bartender.
Yeah.
Ed made burgers. So he made these burgers it was made of chopped up beef, hot dog,
Hot dogs. Nathan's like hot dogs.
Nathan's hot dogs, some beans, and some kind of a marinade.
And made a patty.
Didn't think, I was like, well, I was a little skeptical.
Sounds like those ghetto burgers my mom used to make.
It was
So good.
fantastic.
Wow.
So I guess the
God.
the
a weekend
fat
of happiness.
from the hot dog kept it super moist.
It was.
Yeah.
It was oh my gosh.
Well, you use a Nathan's hot dog, so it's
It
like
was
you can't get better than that.
And
Really
then,
good.
And then we had bought an ice cream cake, a Carvel ice cream cake.
They had a Carvel commercial. They were doing commercials on the backdrop.
Were they?
And one was a Carvel. I'm like, oh, it's Cookie Puss, those racist fuckers. And then then Cookie Puss came by. I'm like, it's Cookie Puss. It's Cookie Puss.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
Vadim, you don't know who Cookie Puss is.
I have to go and do something, but I got to tell you one horror story real quick. They did a promo like the opening credits for Buck Rogers in the 21st Century season 2,
Really?
right? They
Buck.
skipped Aaron Gray.
How do you skip Erin
I
Gray?
don't know.
Come on.
They went right to.
She's the hottest flat chick ever.
They went right to.
The hottest flat
they went
chick
to
ever.
Hawk the bird guy, and then to like these old dudes, and I'm like, I'm out.
I never liked Hawk.
Yeah, did you ever see him without the feather?
No.
Oh, look him up.
I'm gonna look up Cookie Puss. Because this is something you got to see. You can watch it. So there was an ice cream place called Carvel, and they made ice cream cakes. And when I was a kid, I grew up. I was Jewish. I still am, but I don't really do much with it. And my birthday fell on a holiday called Passover. I don't know if you know what it is. You cannot leaven bread. You cannot use anything with leavened bread. So I couldn't have a real birthday cake usually on my birthday because my house was pretty kosher growing up. So they started getting me ice cream cakes, and now that's all I want. So here's some commercials from Carvel. Let's see if we can. They're terrible.
Carvel celestial person from out of state. My real name is Cookie Puss, but my friends call me CP. I'm a Carvel ice cream cake.
That's
and I make
horrible.
fresh dairy at participating Carvel ice cream stores. Yeah.
Cookie Puss will be at
Yeah,
the
that was the ad they did.
What a horrible commercial.
toll-free number.
Now you hear the voice?
You wanna
That's the owner.
you wanna put the voice on my channel?
Yeah, I can. If we don't get too much bleed through.
Why this thing looks like safety video?
Right.
Like when
Yeah.
you go into
Yeah, there's-
factory before you step in, like to the
They show
room,
you all the falls and
Yeah,
how
yeah,
people get
yeah.
cut in half and electrocuted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the like.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, because what I do for a
test,
living,
Jim.
like
Yeah,
I
is that-
work
is
with
that-
GCs and
Is
stuff,
that it?
and they
No,
always
no?
show those.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, it didn't stick. Sorry. Because this is the effect they use.
There it is.
Story time.
Hey, is it? I don't think this. You got to turn the knob.
That's what she said.
Hi. Oh, this is Cookie the Devil.
Oh my God, it's so
Hello.
loud.
This is
Cookie O'Say. Oh, now I'm
Cookie Puss.
I'm Cookie Puss, the wettest fucking cake in the universe. Come and lick me. I'm Cookie Puss. Not like my racist cousin, Cookie Opus. That's just wrong. Come and lick me clean. And when you lick, there's no icing. I'm all cake, all ice cream.
Oh,
Hey,
there-
shut up! We don't do commercials. Unless that's a Carvel commercial, turn it the fuck off. Nothing for free, pig fuckers.
Oh my God.
Fucking YouTube. Almost as bad as Boost motherfucking Mobile. Come sucking pig whores. Fuck.
Remember getting a Fudgy the Whale ice cream cake
Oh,
for your
I hate
birthday?
Fudgy the
Or can
Whale.
recite one of their unique commercials by heart. Carvel made a name for itself with its soft-serve treats. that were
Fudgy's a
the
racist, you know.
accidental brainchild of its founder, Tom Carvel.
That
But
guy
how
fucks
did this
goats.
East
He was a
Coast
real
icon
guy.
get started?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, he's my boss.
Let's see if we can get him.
He's a goat fucker.
He sounds like he smoked like 17 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yep, and fucks goats.
Be sure to subscribe to
Listen, Cookie Puss,
No,
we know you had a
he-
rough time.
Hey, not 'cause he fired me. Not 'cause he hired my drunken cousin from Ireland. Nope, that wasn't it. Guy actually fucked goats. You know that's how he got the money, the startup money.
Participating
Doing goat
Carvel
porn.
ice cream dealer who gave you the buy one get one free every Wednesday.
Goat
Look at what they
fucker.
have now for Valentine's Day. Twin Heart Bordeaux cherry ice cream cake that
He used
serves
to
from
stick
12
his
to
dick in
16,
those.
and Cubie, the chocolate nut. And Cubie serves 6 to 8
Yeah,
people.
a cake in blackface.
Please
That's
visit your
really
participating
good.
Carvel ice cream dealer. He'd like to see you again, even though it isn't Wednesday. Thank you.
Why do owners of businesses
Looking for
do
something
their own
festive for the
commercials?
Oh,
holidays?
Jesus Christ.
The participating Carvel ice cream store has these beautiful
Hey, there
ice
I
cream
am.
cakes for the holidays. Tom the turkey,
Gay.
who speaks turkey language as bad as I speak English. Priscilla and John, the lovers who never did find
They were
Plymouth Rock.
swingers.
And then we have Dumpy the pumpkin. How
Yeah,
do you
that guy
these
killed
special
himself.
Molded gift cakes.
I mean, these were played on UHF. They weren't played on. I mean, they may have been played on Channel 6 in Philly, like it,
During Al
Larry,
Albert Showcase.
Larry Ferrari. But you know,
Hi, all you mafia dons and your children. Come here to Carvel.
It's so bad.
I gotta.
Go ahead, plug a couple of mooks and then come on over to Carvel.
Carvel ice cream cake. You'll love it. Hey, kids. And when you're in,
You can't do it. He's like some kind of like.
it's 6 packs
It's
a
like
day.
he's got throat syphilis and he's from the Midwest.
Oh my
No
God.
one on earth talks like that.
You are an angry, angry person.
You would be too if you were out of work ice cream cake.
Oh my God.
So bad.
I haven't worked since the fucking 70s. I tried doing porn, but
I was just gonna say that.
tried. Ginger Lynn got frostbite.
Should have gone with Gingerlinga.
Afterwards, no one would insure me.
Oh, well, we have Carvel in the freezer.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
I think they
Is
got
it
bought
is it
out.
hot?
Oh my gosh. You are.
You're making me tear, dude.
You are too much tonight.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, too much.
The 70s were hard.
You know
on ice
what
cream
we
cakes.
should do? We should do Florida Man in that voice.
Yeah.
It's time for Florida
It
Man.
is time for. It's 8:32. Do you know where your children are? Florida Man does.
Oh my god. What? Why is it not playing? What's going on here?
Florida man does whatever a Florida man can.
Oh my god, no.
Job probably not
Crossbreeding.
He's a freak. Look out. Here comes a Florida man.
Oof.
Is he drunk? Listen, bud. He's got more alcohol than blood. What's he drink? Turpentine. Jesus Christ, he's probably blind. Hey there. There goes a Florida man. At a time.
All right, I'm losing intelligent points listening to this guy.
Out of key. That's the problem when you do it.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts.
There we go. Okay. You want me to explain this, or you want to do it in a voice people can understand?
All right. So what's going to happen here is Cookie Puss is going to read off 6 things that happened in Florida, and one of them is not real. And your job as the listener or participant on the panel here is to guess which one is fake. And I will tell you, this guy's demented. Not Cookie Puss.
Yeah, I'm
Jim.
a fucking crazy guy. Yeah.
Jim, who writes this.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
That
and
guy.
he
Fucking
comes
nuts.
up with some fucked up shit. So, with that in mind, which of these 6 statements or lines is not true? And we'll leave it to Cookie Puss to read to you.
And these aren't
Now,
statements.
Cookie Puss is not
These
the
are
most
headlines. Torn from the pages.
legible person we can have on the show, but we'll make do because you can read, I assume.
They're up on the screen. Pay attention. It's the 21st century.
And all my
for fuck's
glasses.
sake. Not the 70s when I last worked. Anyway. All right, so number 1. Florida man advertises legit counterfeit money on Craigslist is arrested. Intoxicated Florida man injures self trying to inflate tire with his mouth. Florida man ripped urinal from restaurant bathroom wall and ran away naked into the woods. Miami lawyer's pants erupt in flames during arson trial in court. Florida man on drugs kills imaginary friend and turns himself in.
That's true.
Florida couple arrested for selling tickets to heaven.
See,
This one's easy.
6 they were
yeah.
doing back in the what was the Reformation? I don't know.
I sold tickets to heaven at one time. Do you remember Heaven's Gate?
I remember the
Made
band.
a
There was
fortune
a
on
band
those
called Heaven.
sneaker wearing motherfuckers.
Heaven Sent was the name. I think the name of the record.
But what do you think?
Hmm.
Let me find out which one's the right one. All right.
Oh.
Okay, now I know which one it is.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
I am going to say the same because I actually can say all this happening. It's
Yeah.
especially in Florida.
It's not easy.
It's all about drugs. All 6. Like heavy drugs.
So what do you think?
Joby says number 2.
Okay.
Well, looks real to me.
Yeah,
I mean, if you have a manual with a
really pointy tongue.
yeah,
and a good blow.
Yeah.
Bath salts will do
happened.
that.
Let me think about this. If I put in something in the pan and I blow really hard,
I don't even think they would do that. I think they would just attempt.
that's my second choice, but I'm going to go with 3.
I think 4.
4. Miami
Okay.
lawyer's pants erupt in flames during an arson trial in court.
So 2, 3.
That would be the definition of irony, wouldn't it?
Well, it depends. It would be better if it was the
He was
The
probably
arsonist.
trying to
Flamed.
demonstrate something and then set his pants on fire.
Or he was lying.
Or if it's vaping.
And he was just lying. Okay, so
liar,
this
liar.
one is real.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And obviously this one's real.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, for all you Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, this one's real.
Yep.
That's great. My son used to watch that.
Okay. This one is real. So, this one is real.
Ah.
So Joby got it.
Joby.
Yeah, Joby's the winner.
You know what you get, Joby?
Dick.
No, well, then
Not
now,
a dick,
now I'm
just
not going to
dick.
say what he's getting. So.
Oh,
Good
my
job, Joby.
God. Good. Yeah.
And we're back.
Joby, I don't know the next time I'm going to see you. I don't know if we have any more shows booked up there.
Where?
At McStew's.
Oh.
I don't know if Mark has any more. I think he does. Maybe. We need some more.
I saw him Friday on the Metallica show.
Did you? Didn't you see him Saturday night too?
No, just Friday.
Oh, I thought you guys worked together at that show on Saturday. With the two Metallica.
Oh,
guys?
yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
What's going on? You had a really good time, didn't you?
Hey, we've all been drinking. Knock it
He
off.
was very busy.
Yeah.
He didn't do the Princeton thing, until
That's
later.
what's clouding his memory.
Yeah.
Anybody want some head? I got another one. You
No.
know what?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. It was really good. I really liked
I have
this.
to drive in to the office tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have to walk across the hallway.
Yeah. Well, then you should drink it.
We have this,
Nope.
this
We have a guest.
official, unofficial rule.
What's the unofficial official rule?
You know, if you have off on a holiday where you normally would work, you have to come back in the office on the day that you're.
Right. Well,
Makeup.
that's a stupid rule. But anyway.
But that's
So,
only for the band.
Jim,
not my real
did you prepare your list?
Well, Jim's not here right now. Oh wait.
Well, it is. I'm getting tired of Cookie Puss.
Aw.
Yeah, he's become not
Okay, well,
funny.
He's kind of creepy. But now
Anyway.
Satan's here, so
Yes.
tell me more
That's more
about that hot
appropriate.
tub story.
You know, after the horrible weekend Jim has had, that
fuck
would
that
be the
guy.
voice. Yeah. My goodness.
Was that your tooth?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have
Did
big
it
teeth.
hurt?
No.
Tell me it hurt. Show me the blood.
No, just my
All right.
earring was.
All right,
bleeding
can you
today.
fix his audio?
Let me feel the pain.
Just fix the
Show me
audio.
your pain.
Okay, Halloween's over.
Yeah, I think I like the way this sounds.
I don't think I have anything. You just cut my mic. Hey. Good night, Joby.
He's like, I'm out.
You didn't give me
Yeah.
anything. I want to
Bad sound
pride.
effects
Fuck you
and a
guys.
sound guy in the room. What the hell's
Fucking
happening?
Carvel ice cream characters everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the gym thing?
Yeah, I wanted to see what you prepared.
All right, let's see. What do I got here? I think this is the.
What the fuck?
Oh, that is really fucking weird. That's good enough. All right. Get back down here. So
And the rules are similar.
they're the same rules. These are. Oops, that's gonna suck. These are things that happened to me in my long and fucked up life. 5 of them are real. 1 of them is not.
Really? Lightning?
Maybe. Maybe not.
That's
So-
for you to figure out and him to know.
So number 1 was asked to leave a restaurant after telling a gross joke about my mom. Watched a movie in a porno theater when I was 14.
Jim, come in with me. We have important things to do.
There is film of me dancing in my underwear and shaking maracas.
That happened.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
Failed a year of Sunday school.
That right.
I knew a kid that.
Clogged a toilet with a G.I. Joe doll while playing scuba diver.
Ew.
My mom was struck by lightning in my bedroom.
I heard about that.
Hey, don't give shit away.
No, it was on the news. It was during the sports report.
My mom,
Okay.
my mom actually was the fucked up last story they laughed at once. That was the worst day ever going to school the next day.
So 4.
You think 4?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually got to put names here. Here we go.
What do you say?
I see. I always go with what you say because
Because I'm right most of the time, but I just don't have a good track record.
we should do it like
tonight.
blind.
Just throw
Probably
darts
just as
at it.
easy, yeah.
No, just put stuff in until you have to guess who said what.
So you have a porn in theaters?
Huh?
Do you have a porn in theaters?
I don't. But
No, like in general, like you.
This was back in like 1980.
Well, back in the
There
day,
used to be
there
porn-
were
there used to be porno
theaters.
theaters.
83.
Yeah,
Especially in
that's what
Philly.
they showed.
Like special theaters or just
Yeah.
regular?
No, they were
theaters?
literally porno
Literally,
theaters.
like you could go in, everything
Yeah.
was sticky. Yeah, porno theater.
It was the X-rated movies, and they used to have drive-ins.
I used to love driving on Ridge Pike and like up in Plymouth.
But this, I want to.
I'm just saying, you saw
Dean,
boobs.
do you know what a drive-in movie theater is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that in the movie Back to the Future.
Uh-huh.
When he was
Yep.
driving through one of them. Yeah.
Yep.
I see. I don't know. I don't know. You know what you know about American culture, so I have to ask.
I'm surprised you
It's a
call
fair
it culture.
question.
Oh, here we go.
Well, it's some kind of culture, Jim.
Well, actually, a lot of things like cross creating here, like you said about something like drug thing, whatever. He said some stories and everything, like completely different back there. Let's say, like in my country,
Yeah.
for like half a gram of weed, you can have like up to 6 years in jail.
Ooh.
Used to be like that here. I mean,
Yeah.
there were kids here that had,
Yeah.
I forget how many ounces you have, and you're like busted. You're in for life because you're a dealer.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Back in the 80s.
3 times you're out. Remember that?
But even if you had so much that you were, this isn't for your personal use. You're a dealer. You're going forever.
Yeah,
Yes.
it doesn't matter over there. It doesn't matter. It can go bad. And
Zero tolerance. But
Yeah.
So
like-
even now in your country, like there's no such thing as legal marijuana or anything
No.
like that. Yeah. Okay.
like no drugs at all.
Yeah.
Like super clean.
I don't
So-
like people who take drugs.
I mean, there is a drugs. There is a people who use that heavily, and we have like synthetic stuff, and a lot of people died because of it. But it's all like, legal under the table.
But what's the crime rate compared to here? Much lower, I'm sure.
Yes.
Gun violence, nil.
Well, here's the thing: you just can't have a gun over there at all. But it doesn't mean you can get killed by the hammer, or
Right.
knife,
Or a knife.
or just brick.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
But,
Right.
but,
It's not about the guns. It's
but
about
death,
the
death
people
in
general.
murder, the murder rates outside of this country are much lower. Much lower.
Like
I saw statistics today. It's unbelievable.
reported.
Yeah.
Reported,
Yeah.
maybe, but how many people died, without being reported?
Well, they disappear usually.
Here we go.
We have friends.
Me eventually, because I'm faking my death.
Ah, here we go. So yeah, it's so different over there. Like even like
A lot of
commercials,
stupid people
like
here.
about the ice cream thing. I look at this thing and it looks like a horror movie for me.
Oh, the guy did fuck goats, I heard.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's so different back there. When I was a kid in 80s, I saw some kind of like commercials, and the favorite ones was from Europe or from United States, like when you have some like G.I. Joes or like some the Pog stickers or something, the Turbo bubble gums. The Love Is bubble gum
I remember.
was like big over there, like huge. We collect all this like what is that? Pictures, whatever the
Cards and
size-
stuff?
Yeah,
like
the
Trading
cards.
cards.
Yeah.
yeah. And I remember have like for the sports cars, like stack of it. You have the Love Is stack of it, and the more you have, the the cooler you are. It's so different. I mean,
That was like wacky packs here.
Love them.
the funny thing is, I read the book about Metallica one time, and Kirk says that I was working hard all summertime as a kid to be able to buy my first Jackson guitar and a Marshall amp. And
You're
I'm
like, what was he doing to make that kind of money, right?
No. The thing is, I was like, what? Because for me, as a kid, to buy something like this, I gotta work like for 20 years or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Because that's crazy. That's crazy. And when I got here, I was like, oh yeah, I mean, it makes sense now.
Doable.
Yeah, it's doable.
Doable.
You're not buying like the top of the line thing.
No, you're buying.
Yeah,
You're buying a Japanese Jackson.
yeah, but still, listen.
It's
Doable.
possible to get
Like,
it.
have you ever played like a guitar from Soviet Union ish?
I've played a couple.
Yeah.
Fucking not good.
Let's say that it's like if you can play them well,
Action like this. and
yeah,
a
the
neck
Gibson
size
or
of-
any other guitar is gonna be like so much easier to play. When it's like from the movies with I don't know, like Karate Kid or something. When you're like little kid and you have an old guy who's like giving you like some bullshit stuff to do, and you're like struggling, everything like you're all.
That's gonna
everything is
build
pain.
character
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you, son.
And then you're like, oh, okay, I can do that. So that's kind of like same comparison on a guitar world. Yeah, it's really hard.
I get it.
You don't have amps or nothing. It's like, yeah,
Right.
it's real hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
And just a reminder, back in 89, like before the Soviet Union falls, the pair of jeans you can buy pretty much for the price of a brand new car or something like that.
Holy
Yeah,
Shit got in on that action.
yeah, it's like
man,
it's
we
crazy.
we as Americans take all of this life for granted because everything is just easier.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
some people understand that and do the right choice and just keep on going. Some
I
people
was telling you
just-
about my friend Paul from Wales and the things that he saw as he toured the world and came here, and he was just like, "You people are so fucking
Yeah.
spoiled.
Yeah,
You bitch and moan about everything, and you have it all."
Yeah, everybody thinks like
all
everything
about-
sucks. Or that's a whole.
Like go to the faucet and get clean water, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
just electricity and a hot bath.
except for
and-
people in Myrtle Beach. They
Hey, how about this? One time a year, about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, you don't have hot water in your house at all. Like at all, because in my hometown, we don't have like a private boiler, you know, in the basement or something. So basically,
Central hot water.
we have central hot water. If you live like in the suburbs outside the city, you have private house. Yes, same thing. But you have central hot water, and besides, like, you know, sometimes pipes just blown out, whatever, it's get flooded with the hot water, and they shut it down everything for weeks to, you know, get it fixed.
Yeah, it's
'cause-
like I gotta get the piping.
yeah, and they do this once a year just to maintain that thing, you know, just to clean something, replace something, yeah, and that's horrible. And
My
another-
wedding's that week.
and another thing, the heat. You have here like central AC that, you know, can give you like cold air or hot air. We don't have that, so we have it's called the battery. You call it battery. So and basically what it is, that's a hot water from the from the central hot water, just going through the pipes, and you
Yeah.
have kinda
Radiators,
like
they call it, yeah.
radiator. Yeah, in Russian it's like we call it battery.
In Delco, it's radiator,
Yeah,
not radiator everywhere else.
it's the same thing pretty
Right,
much.
Radiator
So,
where
But
I
same
grew up.
function.
yeah.
And and you just wait until it gets hot because they shut it off as well. This thing, so it's gonna be cold for at least 3, maybe 4 days straight, and you like.
Freezing. Yeah.
Right? We had that one stint.
Yeah, but you
power
can't
went out.
even talk
No,
about
no.
the power went out for a couple of days and we didn't have any heat or
It happens
anything.
occasionally, like once every 10 years. This is like
Right.
a regular thing
Right.
every week.
Yeah,
How
I
what is
hear
she?
you.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. We're spoiled. Like we don't know what it's like to.
And the funny thing is, if something
To
happens
suffer.
here, and we like no internet, no power,
Everybody loses their
guess
fucking mind.
guess how much I care.
Yeah, look
Right.
at me, how much I bitch when I didn't have a phone.
Because you're
Zero.
You know how to
I'm like,
function.
I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
I can, you know, get a campfire.
We
with
actually
nothing.
enjoy it when the power goes out because we talk to each other.
Yeah.
Put some candles on, get a light or two.
Yeah, Jim
just
and I
hang
sit
out.
here and talk to each other, and
No,
he do-
Caitlin.
he does his cookie puss impersonation.
But
Hey,
But no, Caitlin actually said that. Like we had a power outage. The last one we had, it was only like maybe 20 minutes, and she was like, "Aw." I'm like, "What's the matter?" She goes, "I kind of like sitting in the dark." I'm like, "We can turn
Yeah.
the fucking lights off."
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, just don't live near a
But
city.
but it is like we don't appreciate those things because we've always had it. You know.
Well, that's like the
And
people
you
who piss
go
and moan.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I mean, you just know so much
It is
more.
human nature.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't worked in 25 years, and I only have 4 houses. That's your average American.
Hmm?
So,
Yeah, it's all about work here. I don't know why, but people like work. I'm like, come on, you can make all the money in the world.
It's a
one thing.
capitalist mentality.
but it's irritating when you work for a global company and everyone's off all the damn time. Fucking French people.
so the capitalists make the money, but you don't.
But I mean, you could go. I remember working a 3-day work week. They were long ass days. But you worked 40 hours.
I did 4 10s at a job.
I did 3
But
14s.
I think for Americans, like, again, if you get a taste of life of the way you want to live, the one life that you have. That is the way our society is set up, is that you have to work to make money, and depending on how much you would like to have or how comfortable you want to be,
But you don't
you
know.
put in hours and
So
hours
we were
and
raised in a
hours.
society that said the harder you work, the more you work, the more reward you'll get. And there was a point in this country, I think, where that was maybe somewhat true.
Yeah,
I
but at
don't-
the expense of your family.
Of course.
And that's why I'm a lazy piece of shit.
So I mean, and then I read interviews with people that have lots of money, and they say, even when you have, like Gene Simmons talks about it all the time. He goes, people think I'm greedy and I have a lot of money, and he goes, I have peers, they're in the same echelon as me, and friends that are richer than I am, and I feel like I need to catch up.
I wish I had
never
that problem.
stops. It never stops, though.
It would stop for me if I had enough to just live.
So
that's fine. That's
I'll
all.
tell you a story.
I don't care.
Years and years ago, I moved to this house from the city. And it was a big deal for me to move out of the city and come here. And I was, I felt good about myself. Not like great. The house wasn't that great then. It was just an average house, okay? But we had some friends come over, and they lived in the city, and they were struggling. And it was, you know what I mean? Like they felt bad. We felt bad that they felt so bad. They looked at us with envy. And that was not our intent when we had them over. We were just like, let's just have the kids get together, and we just want to share our time with you. We weren't trying to up them in any way, shape, or form. We came from the same exact situation, and that to this day bothers me. It struck a chord with me. I felt bad about that, and I wasn't trying to do anything like that. I just wanted to get out of the city.
But that's the attitude. Like when
And they want my son going to the public school.
When we were growing up, like we had, like I told you, like when I was a little kid, I know what heating oil tastes like because I used to help my dad siphon it from work, so we had heat.
Mm-hmm.
And then he worked a bunch. My mom worked. We ran a boarding house. Like I grew up when I was a little
The one that
kid.
burned down.
Yeah, the one that burned down was a boarding house. Like we had people renting 90. Like I had to sleep on a cot in my parents' room, which was a converted living room, and all the other rooms except for my sister's were rented out. And then they saved enough money. They bought a house in Norristown, and that was a boarding house. And every weekend in my childhood, before I was 6, my dad and I were over there fixing shit. Every weekend, like just going over there and Eventually, they sold both houses, and that's when they moved here.
Yeah.
And he had the money, and he put the pool in and everything back when you could afford to do that. I mean, the house, my dad's house cost like less than an SUV now. Back then.
But relative dollars.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. But like, and the pool was like, a couple of $1,000 to put in. But like we had people
Now
coming
it's $50
over.
grand for a pool.
At least, yeah. But we had people coming over all the time. My parents went out of their way to not be a big, not be big shots about it. My dad still worked till the day he died.
He did.
It's like that was his thing. He never taught me to play catch. He never taught me to play a game. He saw me play hockey once, and he told me I sucked, but that was when I was like, 27. But like, it's like he wasted his family to do that, and it's not like we were rich. I worked a guy placed. My boss has a boat and a big house and all this stuff, and it's like he's telling me I taught myself SQL Server and SQL programming while on vacation, and I'm like, I kind of want to kill you now, not to be mean, but just to put you out of your misery, because that's a terrible thing to say. Like you're sitting on the beach reading a book while your family, your kids, your wife's running around.
But that's what he loves. So at the same time, so I love guitars, obviously. And if I could make a living, well, I could.
But I mean, you're like, Nancy, Paul, service me. Sorry, I got to tune this.
But I would sit in bed and look at guitar porn for an hour and a half, and she falls asleep. And that's a real thing. Like I
know.
I am constantly scouring, looking for the next greatest deal.
I used to sit there on Hockey Monkey, like,
so I mean,
look at that.
Just imagine you're into something that can make you a lot of money.
So you came to the United States because you wanted to be involved with the music.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to do sound engineering, and you decided to stay because you like this way of life you are able to have more here and sort of spoil yourself and have a certain life you
It's
want?
not about spoiling myself.
Or what?
It's more
what,
about.
You just gotta
what do you
survive it.
like about like being here versus being home?
So just like Paul says, you work hard, you get it more, but don't work too hard. Work smart and hard. So you want a house? Sure. You want a basement full of guitars, studio, whatever, just for yourself to enjoy your time? Perfect. You want to just build your own, I don't know, like Shelby Cobra, perfect copy of it, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is that you're into.
Go for it. So you want something? Sure. It's going to cost this so much money. You need this space, whatever, for that. Go for it. Back there, you want it?
No opportunity.
Good luck.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the
Gotcha.
thing. So like,
Yeah.
I didn't start out my life going, I'm going to have a room full of guitars or whatever. You know, I just got things and through careful planning and deals, I made.
So I guess that is where I'm saying it wrong. It's not really, you're not being spoiled. You're working for it because you have a goal
Yeah.
and you're obtaining your goal that you're setting for yourself. And you're saying it's going to take this sacrifice in order for me to have this thing that I want.
And I can say that.
And this
because
shit took a while.
There were years where I went nowhere and I did nothing. All I did was go to work and come home.
Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad.
And
because nobody will give you this time back.
time is the most precious thing you have.
Actually,
No
Paul
one.
So now
and
I
I
realize
were
that
talking
now at
about
this point.
this. He and I talk about this a lot because you only do have one life to live.
Yep.
And a lot of the time we feel slaves to our job to make this money, to maintain what we have, and to live a way that makes us feel good and comfortable. But sometimes we are wallowing in like our own self-pity because we're like, but we're slaves to it because this is a choice.
I basically
It is
play
absolutely
two
a
guitars.
choice that we go to work every day and work 60, 50 hours.
The
a
rest of
week
this
or
is an
whatever.
investment.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of things I didn't hear for fun, like those two guitars on the outer edges over there. I built those. I wanted to see what it would be like to build a guitar. Bought parts and built some guitars. There's stuff in here like that, but a lot
But
of
it's a
this
great
stuff is stuff
perspective
that I bought cheap.
That you
and
bring is really saying like at what cost is
what is
the
your life
choices
worth?
that you're making at what cost, because you can't take it with you.
Nope.
No, nothing.
You have one life to live. How do you want to live this life? Because you only have one. So
And right now I'm at the point where I want to just get rid of everything
and just enjoy it more.
life.
Travel. And
Hear me
enjoy
out.
life.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
So I made choice, not maybe not even one choice. For last, let's say, 5 years, I have different opportunities to do, like different kind of jobs, and some of them like pays really good money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a smart guy. I can do this. I don't know something. It's easy for me to learn, just to get into that. Sharp mind, really good with the details. You can tell.
I know.
So and I made my choice. I walk away from the money,
To pursue your dream.
and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Do I have enough? No. Am I struggling? Maybe. But it's all temporary until more people want me to be with them, help with, to do whatever they want to do with the music stuff. So, yeah, it's always either or. But thing is, if you know exactly what you want, just go for it. Because tick-tock, time is ticking. Like another minute and you never get this minute back.
So I gave myself time to make it in music.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. And I
Well.
walked away from it for 14 years.
So maybe, just maybe, another conclusion.
Then I came back.
Another conclusion. Maybe you wasn't like too much patience, like waiting. Maybe like an extra like 2 weeks and you'll get, you know what I'm saying?
You never know.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, in my situation, it was impending marriage, and shortly thereafter, a couple years later, a baby. And, tried to go back to the music thing with the young child, and it just didn't work. It's just too much.
I saw it with the long hair in the picture. Looks cool. Yeah, that
Before
looks cool.
and after.
Yeah, it looks cool. No, seriously.
I mean, the band I play with, Instinct, we were shopped to Geffen Atlantic Records back in the day, and the music changed too. So that played a big part in it.
Oh, everything changed.
So it was
you changed as well.
You changed.
Had to.
Yeah.
Nobody was buying what we were selling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like selling. I don't know. So they had these things called leisure suits in the 70s. They were polyester. They looked terrible. They made powder blue, and they're awful.
Yeah, my dad still has some in his closet.
So you can't sell leisure suits when nobody's buying them. And we were making music that nobody wanted at the time. So it was time to either change with the times or roll over and do something else. And I decided I didn't want to give up the way I play to continue. So I'd rather just go out and make money, and that's what I did. I went out and got a job, a different kind of job. I got a corporate job and did a different life. And I did that. I still do that, but I mean, I didn't do music for a long, long, long time. And for somebody like me and Nancy, it's probably shocking to her to imagine me not doing music every weekend.
Do you know what my wife says? When I was like on my last choice step, whatever, just recently, she's like, okay, so what do you have? Okay, all right. So what are you going to do? All right. How much do they pay? All right. And what do you want? And I'm like, okay, this and that. She's like, you're not really good at it, what you're doing. She's like, yeah, all right. Do you have a lot of people here who like see you just one time in your life, and every time when they walking away, they'd be like, oh my God, dude, like that's like something, bunch of compliments, like money tips. And I'm like, hold on, I'm ready to get paid for whatever, but thank you. Buying drinks, and I'm just a sound guy. And she's like, exactly. So what are you thinking of? Like, why are you still thinking?
Yeah, just do it.
That's so obvious. Just, you love it. You're
Do
really
what
good
you
at
love
it.
and you never work again.
Yeah. And just
You
do
hear
it.
that from people who are successful all the time.
Just do it. And I'm like, it's really a pain in the butt for me because, all the bills, like electricity and all that stuff, like credit cards, it always right in time. But with music business, that's the most complicated business ever because you need knowledge, you need practice, you need connections, you need tons of luck because to be right in the right time with in the right place with the right people, that
Always.
takes it's always like that. It's like suits, like nobody want to buy them, like music, no one want to buy them, maybe because there was the wrong person who tried to sell it, or he tried to sell to people who's not involved in this thing, so they don't understand that. It's like go back to Metallica, Megadeth stuff, right? Why Metallica but not Megadeth? Why they boom?
Dave
Big.
Mustaine's not the nicest guy.
But here we go. There's something.
But he's
either
great. I
But
love him.
your point is
No, it's
right.
well taken.
Like,
So there was a time when nobody was using Floyd Roses in the 90s.
Yeah. And one guy was like, "Hey, here we go.
I was.
Here we go."
But I didn't have a gig. Like the way I play didn't fit in with the music that was happening at that time.
How many companies, like the music products, guitars, amps, whatever, they gone? Like how many of this which was like really good? They was like, oh my God, that's such a waste.
Well,
restaurants and bars, people
yeah.
will give up everything to open a restaurant and bar, and they don't make it, but other people do. For years and years they make it.
Or sometimes
I call it
something
feathering.
works, and then just gone. Just because everything changed. You're gonna keep
You have
following
to
this
be
thing.
able to
Yeah.
conform.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yeah.
I call it feathering when you take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and so you're taking a little bit of risk, and then you're following a path, and that's what I've tried to do with my life. And it's for me, it's given me the best of both worlds to the best that I can make it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. For me, it's what makes me comfortable. I have days where I'm miserable, because I don't want to do what I do for a living. I'm good at what I do for a living. I have a good job. But it's not my passion. And it's a shame because there's people that have a passion for what I do that would kill to do what I do for a living.
I would kill myself if I had a passion for what I do because it's really boring.
But there's people that have a passion for.
Oh, I know.
There's
It's
there's
terrifying.
there's a there's a nut for every bolt.
People who like to be accountants, and I'm like,
Right. Oh, I have a friend.
Oh yeah.
why?
But
Just because.
wrong with you?
Why musicians? Why?
Well, that's at least fun.
For who? That's a,
This guy,
that's
because he
not
talks
fun.
about it, and you can see it in his eyes. If he wasn't able to play, it would be a loss to his soul.
Here we go. But some people.
But if you think about that and you're looking at a spreadsheet, that's fucking weird.
it's not.
Some people so
to me.
boring that don't want a music. Like.
I mean, like math is doing that is not art. Where this is art.
It can be though.
I
just
get it.
depends on how you
Anything
look
can.
at it.
But and I'm not a musician, but I couldn't do that.
See, I love talking about gear. Guitar gear is my favorite thing to talk about. You're a gear guy. Gear is
More than guitar
everything.
gear.
I love it. And I can sit here and tell you the nuances of every single piece in this room and why they're good and one's not. And but why I'm still hanging on to the one that I don't care for because somebody else might like it because it's their nuance. That's life. That's the secret to life.
This passion is my profession.
Mm-hmm.
Rhyming, right?
You'll find it, man.
I know.
Stay the course.
I know.
And Jim, we'll have to figure out what the answer to your thing was.
Oh, we can pick that up next time. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because we've gone over, and we're going to get penalized by no one.
By no one.
The FCC will laugh at us.
There's no rules.
Mm-hmm.
But these are good life lessons. I mean, when I was growing up, I did not grow up in a household that had much. A big deal for me was going and buying a magazine that had a picture of Kiss in it. That's what every week I bought a magazine because I did some chores or something, and I was able to buy a magazine for $1 or 60 cents or whatever it was. And I would go to the mall, and there was a place called Spencer Gifts, and they had these posters in the back, and they had Kiss posters in there, and I just wanted my house to look like Spencer Gifts. That was my goal in life.
Like in the back room, there's a bunch of dildos.
Now it does.
No, it's dildos. But back then it was black light posters.
Do you know what my
Kiss
first memory of
posters.
Spencer's Gifts is? I went up to I was like 10, and I went up to my mom was in there with my aunt and my cousins, and I went up to the front, the middle desks in the middle of the place,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a book that's sitting there, and I'm looking at it, and it says The Female Anatomy Illustrated.
See, you were looking at that.
Well, and I'm like,
So classy.
I was 10. And I started opening it, and it shocked the shit out of me, and I shrieked. And the guy at the corner, and like everybody around me knew what I did and what happened, and I was like, all right, I've learned a lesson.
I'm not touching that.
Ever going to touch anything again, and I will never have sex.
Right. So what promotions do we have that we can end with?
I got nothing for this week. I'm actually off this
You're
weekend.
off?
I'm going to do out scouting for some new clubs, I think, and that's my weekend. And I have to work on my Eddie Van Halen guitar and get that back in order.
Nice.
She's on the bench in the other room waiting for me.
What would you like to promote?
So, well, I'm about to start the website or something with a bunch of my live sound recordings and mixed and everything. So later on, I will share the link to it.
Yeah, when you get that, we'll promote it on here for you.
Yeah. So you're more than welcome to go there and just listen to the music. So I'm like at the moment I'm mixing all the shows I have. Either people buying it or not buying it. I'm just keeping it, mixing it, do whatever. So as an example,
that's awesome.
So it's kind of like samples. So you can just like, hey, got an offer from me like, hey, you want to record that? I'm gonna record. Let me know if you like it, and you can have a link to the site and being able to see all these bands. There's like Metallica tribute, Foo Fighters.
I heard the Metallica was really good.
You like it? I can send the
Remember
link. I
That
can
was
send the
like
link,
it was.
yeah.
You couldn't even. It was hard to tell that it wasn't them.
I showed that to my wife, and then I played the real Metallica show, like even like 3 of them, like live shows, and she was like, "I don't know why, but yo, it sounds better than Metallica." And I'm like, "Oh well, I just took all the good all the good stuff from whatever the guys played, and that wasn't the well prepared show. They just walked on the stage,
Wing
played
it.
something,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Oh yeah, can you mix something for us?" Yeah, and I did that. They stoked. They used this audio for promotions. So
They should.
you open Instagram, you see all this like, "Hey, we're about to play here," and there's
you hear
a
your
picture
mix.
of them playing this, whatever, and the one I mixed on the back, and I'm like, nice.
That's awesome, man.
The good thing about that audio, it doesn't sound like me to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm too much of like what's it called? Like when you have
You have a style, a sense, a certain.
no, it's like when you can record your voice and listen to your voice, you're like, it sounds like shit. You understand?
You're too critical on your.
Here we go. Yeah. Like
You're not used to
criticism,
hearing
like,
it.
Yeah, you're too
yeah,
critical.
like a lot.
Yeah.
And when I played that show, and I was like, oh, it doesn't sound like me, and I love it, So maybe that's the right way for me to tell if
That's cool,
that's
yeah.
cool. So yeah, and I'm trying to make all these records like that, and and we'll see where we go. That's another way to make money.
Sure.
'cause not a lot of live gigs. Some studio work needs to be done, and again, like here for studio, we can figure something out, I guess. I mean, you never know. I mean, I have fun, you have fun, both happy. Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, some stuff's coming up soon. So
Cool.
yes.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
tell everybody about
Yep.
it.
Cool.
Is Kat on?
Yeah. So after this show, if you want to listen to some more weirdness, not weirdness, but really good music, go to montgoradio.com. Listen to The Cat Call, my daughter's radio show there. You listen to her esoteric radio and music taste. And, just hang out and drink some more and don't think about where you have to be tomorrow morning.
There you go.
Trying not to.
So,
All right, Jim, sign us off. We'll see you next week.
all right. So we'll see you next week, same time, same channel. And hopefully we'll have some links to share with everybody and we can go from there.
Sounds like a plan, man.
All right, folks.
Stray Dog next week for Old School, and we'll also be at the Langhorne Vietnam Veterans Festival. That's Friday and Saturday, those 2 different shows.
Nice. If you need me, let me know.
There you go. All right. We'll see everybody later. Thanks for tuning in. And Jody, we don't have a prize for you. Jody, sorry, we don't have a prize.
Your prize is you got to listen to us
But
again.
we'll talk. We'll tell everyone
Maybe
forever
we'll be
how
back next week.
how you did it. So take care. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Fade to black.